So I originally started this video on the baling because I wanted to show what I was up to, but then I decided, oh well, let's just explain how the baler works. So we'll get to that, and the reason why I ended up baling in the middle of October. Stay tuned! Alright folks, what's happening? Drew's the name, farming's the game. This is Drew's Farming Life. Welcome back to another episode. So today I was fencing, that was at the end of the last video, and we got a phone call to say that the contractor in the area has baler broke down. And my baler is not putting net out for the first blooming bale. But aye, the contractor, his baler, the gearboxes went in it or something about the well, on the baler, so it's currently unusable because it's not being used. This is seized. Right, let's get this. There we go, should be away now. I'll just maybe reset that properly. But aye, no, his combi baler's broke down, so I am down here now going to bale all of this and a wee field next door, so could be quite a late night. Mum was an absolute delight tonight. She made my dinner, so that was brought. So me and Dad are back down. Dad's baling and I am... no, sorry, Dad's wrapping and I'm baling. I'm not sure what I said. Anyway, this is what we're doing. So I only got 4 or 5 bales out, then dinner was ready, and that's just along the road, so that was fine. Just went home, got it. And now I'm back here on the big baling jobs. Can you imagine baling? And it's like middle of October. Is it the 20th? 21st? 20th? The 22nd? Ah, God, I don't even know what date it is. It's October anyway, and I'm baling. Baling silage in October. Middle of October. Aye. So, what else would you want to do with your night anyway, you know? I don't really know this field, and I know it's quite a big one. And then I know there's a small one to do somewhere. Yeah, that's quite steep. This field's just disappearing. A steep weed now in this flat field. Wow. I think I'm going to need to get better lights on this thing. I can see light, but it's just like candles, you know. So if I get better lights on this 70-40 at one point, that would be bra. But it's getting really dark awfully quick here. I mean, that's only 20 past 7 and it's pretty much pitch black. That's absolute madness. Winter is definitely upon us. God, already. Feels like we've barely had a summer and we're already back into winter. For God's sake, I currently have got absolutely no idea where I am in this field. I don't know if I'm halfway around or if I'm quarter of the way around or whatever. I'm not just quite sure. All I know is Dad's there. He's on the flat now, so I can't really take him as a gauge. I think he's on the flat. I'm not sure. Suppose we'll leave it at that. We'll catch you in the morning and see how many bales we get. There's not really much I can show you here. It's pitch black. All you can see is what the lights are showing up. I think I have to take over the wrapping once I'm done baling, and then that means Dad can go home because he's to get the PD list for the cattle from the main lots sorted so that we can get them checked to see if they're in cab, you know. So, aye, wonderful. So I am back down here today. The field's a lot bigger than I thought because it was dark, and when I drive past this field on the road, I don't generally see this far over. So yeah, back to the baling here today, and aye, just 170 bales is on that. I know there's a few burst bales, so they'll need minused off. They kind of, it's that really soft stuff, so you have to really watch what you're doing with it. You know, you have to be very good at loading up the bale. So, you know, I've been weaving, filling the bale up, and Dad was rapping behind me last night. We got finished up about 11:45. We mainly finished up because Dad was running out of wrap, so I had to stop because I've got all this to do, and I've got a field next door somewhere to do as well. So we just stopped because he was running out of wrap. We weren't wanting to be leaving anything unwrapped overnight. Now, originally we were told that they thought that there would only be around 100 bales, but we're now coming up for double that, so it's ended up quite a big job. But as you can see, I must be filling the bales up alright if they're still sitting on their cans overnight. But there is some dodgy ones. So the first round of the hay rig last night, not impressed with the bales from it because I couldn't see. I should have got out to check what the bales are looking at like, but I thought it'd be fine. And there's a few kind of mushroomy looking bales, or footballs as you'd call it, just with it being a narrow light row, and it's it's made kind of funky bales. So once I got round the first round and then seen them, I was like, oh my god, what have I done? So aye, the rest of the field I've made a far better job. Just not very impressed with the burst ones, but that's just what happens with this kind of soft stuff. Right, first bale of today out. So just gonna have a look at the baler here, and well, for those of you that don't know how a baler works, I could probably tell you how that all happens. So this reeler picks up the grass, and then there's this feeder. That big spiky bugger thing there launches it in, and these wee augers push it into the middle, and that pushes it into the bale chamber. I'm not going to stand underneath this because this is one of the most notorious things known to farmers that kills people. The rams fail, and this is seriously heavy. It has killed so many people over the years and caused so many injuries. So I'm going to show you from here. So it comes in off of that, and these rollers, they all work continuously off all these chains, and they roll the grass, and as more and more comes in, it fills up, and then it presses against all the rollers, and then the rollers, well, eventually it gets too much and the door pushes out a little bit, and there's a sensor over there, you can see there, that wee dot, and it lets the box in the cab know that the door has opened a wee bit and that the bale is full, and then it engages the net, or I do it manually, and then the net feeds in off the top. There's a wee thing there that pushes the net to start with, and then the net goes like buggery round the bale because the bale's still spinning, and then there's like a wee cog up there that's like a timer, so once it goes round the bale so many times, the knife comes down, so that's the spiky thing right there, that right there's the knife, and it smacks down, cuts the net, and then I open the back door and the bale pops out. There you go. That's how a baler works, and this bar rolls the bale away so that if you're on flat ground, it rolls the bale away so that if you shut the back door, it's not going to come down on top of the bale and damage the bale. But it doesn't work on a hill, because you open the back door on a hill and the bale rolls back into it, and then you shut the door and then you burst the bale. I've never done that. Going on into the next fields, there was just over 200 bales in that first field, minus the burst ones. Aye, this is another hawk, another flat wee field next to a river. So should blitz this one, if not it could be deceiving. Flat fields always confuse me. They're always deceiving to me because I'm not used to them. Aye, bugger it. There must have been a lump at the end of the row. I've drove in, not noticed, just trying to keep going. And it's not choked, the baler, so I can't use a magic trap door that relieves pressure and then lets the lump through. It's just got jammed here. It's just balled up here, not went in, and oh, for God's sake. It's going to take a bit of hauling with my hands to get this out, and then I'll get going again. Oh. Well, that felt like it took forever. I should have been done by now. The joys of baling. Need to find out why it's doing that. It's done that a couple of times. I'm wondering if the tines, I think there's maybe some tines missing, so it's not throwing the silage right the way through, or something. I'm not really just quite sure. It should be putting it right into the feed so it pulls it in, but it was sitting balling up in the front rather than going through. The usual is it chokes the baler, but the baler wasn't, the auger wasn't choked, it was the feed at the front. Ridiculous. Poor Maggie, sitting waiting patiently on me. Well, that's the last bale just going out and out. 277 bales, and I'm going to minus one off because when I changed the roller net, I reset the knife and that counted as a bale, even though that wasn't a bale. So 271, so down here, what was that? No, 276, so that's 74 bales in here after 102 or 201, I think it was in our field actually. 201 bales the next field, and 74 down here. Or 75. Ah, bugger it. The bales are done. Hopefully that's the last of the baling for the year, because I was finished. That was clean and put away. I had to dig it out. Oh well, that's another job done. Hopefully you all enjoyed today's video. We'll see you all very soon on this channel, I suppose.